Hello, Nagaland TV welcomes you to English News Now. I'm Chipen Kung. Let's have a look at the headlines. Nagaland government announces 15-day-long fifth phase of unlocking. New SOP comes into effect from today. Government offices to function with 100% attendance of Group A and B officers on all working days. Government of Nagaland accepts a proposal of changing the name Yimchungur Naga to Yimkyung Naga. Notification comes following approval by the cabinet. The name Yimkyung is to be used in all official correspondences. Nagaland State President of Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha opposes formation oppositionless government in Nagaland. Benjamin Yaptumi opposes formation, stating that it has nothing to do with the Naga solution. Nagaland Chief Minister Nltv Rio expresses fears over an allegedly designed exercise akin to Assam's National Register of Citizens to leave out certain Nagas and non-Nagas. Suedesino Zhao, head teacher of Government Middle School Jakama, Kohima begs a National Award for Teachers 2021. 9 others from the Northeast also to be conferred award on September 5th. Congress appoints Dr. Ajoy Kumar as All India Congress Committee in charge of Nagaland. Congress President Sonia Gandhi appoints Kumar as AICC in charge. And now, the news in details. Nagaland government on Monday announced that the 15-day-long fifth phase of unlocking shall start from today. The high-powered committee on COVID-19 helmed by Chief Minister Nltv Rio decided that Unlock 5 will take place from August 19 to September 2nd. In the fifth phase, all officers and half of other government employees will have to attend offices, while gymnasiums, which were earlier allowed to function with a maximum of 50 people, can now operate with half of their respective capacities. Social, political, religious, entertainment, academic, cultural gatherings and other public gatherings will also be allowed to a maximum of 50% capacity, subject to all the participants being asymptomatic and being fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Two-wheeler taxis and pillion riding will also be permitted. Swimming pools and cinemas shall continue to remain closed. Furthermore, the conduct of regular classes for the students of class 10 and below in all the schools of the state shall remain suspended, and the schools shall continue with the present system online. The government of Nagaland has accepted the proposal of changing of Yimchungur Naga to Yimkyung Naga. This notification of approval came from Chief Secretary J. Alam after a meeting by the cabinet on 31st July 2021. The name Yimkyung is to be used in all official correspondences. The government of Nagaland has accepted the proposal of changing of Yimchungur Naga to Yimkyung Nagas. This notification of approval came from Chief Secretary J. Alam after a meeting by the cabinet on the 31st July 2021. The name Yimkyung is to be used in all official correspondences henceforth. Nagaland Chief Minister Nltv Rio has dissipated fears over an allegedly designed exercise akin to Assam's National Register of Citizens to leave out certain Nagas and non-Nagas. Rio's comment came during the 6-hour consultative meeting in state capital Kohima between the state government and leaders of Apex Naga tribal bodies on Wednesday evening. Rio said citizens of India should not be denied their rights, and decisions on Register of Indigenous Inhabitants of Nagaland should be well thought out and not cause any panic, chaos or harassment to anyone or to any community. The urban local body was embedded in the Constitution of India under the 74th Amendment, and there was no exemption for Nagaland or any other Northeast states. The state lost grants from the Finance Commission for failing to hold the ULP in 2018 with a 33 reservation for women. In an interesting turn of events, Benjamin Yeptomi, the Nagaland State President of Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha, on Wednesday openly opposed the state government's decision to form the oppositionless government in the state. Taking to Facebook, Yeptomi opposed the formation of oppositionless government, stating that it has nothing to do with the Naga solution. In his post, he stated that all the 60 MLAs should resign immediately and pave a way for the prolonged Naga issue. He also stated that no political party or MLA should play game for their own political agenda on the pretext of Naga solution. The Congress on Wednesday appointed Dr. Ajay Kumar as All India Congress Committee in charge of Nagaland, along with two other states, Sikkim and Tripura. Confirming the news, All India Congress Committee General Secretary K.C. Venugopal, in a press release, said that the Congress President has appointed Dr. Ajay Kumar as AICC in charge of Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura with immediate effect. Earlier, Kulchit Singh Nagra was serving as the AICC in charge for Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura. However, he was recently relieved of his duties after being appointed as the working president of Punjab Congress to assist Navjot Singh Sidhu in his run-up to the next Punjab Assembly elections. They recruited during the period of 2012 and 2013 to 2015 under Sub-District Education Officer. Dimapur was conducted on 19th August at the District Education Office, Dimapur. All CSS Hindi teachers were asked to be present for physical verification. The teachers have earlier expressed their displeasure over irregularity of salary for a long period of time now. They also conveyed that such apathy by the government has forced them face hardship during the pandemic, although they have been doing their job with dedication. Even there is irregularity of salary in payment of salary since 2012.
Problem since last 10 years. What is the government doing? Tahan kile muhan laga awas na hone, kile muhan la struggles kan na hone. Ito question ko role munje.
Ekta special request ase aro itu muhan right pe ase. Muhan la salary do joldi regular kori dibi nega ekta request kori ase de.
Itu verification khotom hoile muhan la regular salary kori dibi koi na moi ishor naam ra apnan ki prathana kori ase.
Hindi teachers kan takhan laga salary do pending thagina ahise. Aji yede takhan district education office te takhan laga physical verification chuli ase to aibi ami kan jagena idu process to kinika ja ase aru idu process jagena outcome to ki hobole ase idu ami kan concerned authorities kan logode huni sabo.
2010, 12 and then 14, 15 pages kan amen Hindi kan regular salary do 1 year ine paise. After that pending gurina ide na. After that 2017 ine de education bi jaise. Salary ni dia karne amian kam do thik chai holi bi iniga salary pending gra do hoy like financial year do pishimando tiriu inai bai do na holi bi moando with 6 months like 4 months iniga na bending kurna bai to be full bin na pai na 2 months ki jaba divo 3 months ki jaba divo and then moreover mon so be family ase even family no live single kan bi do tan bi do kamala ga sab te tan bi phapna itas na so bishi tuk to face kure ase men bi na holi bi being a teacher mon bi ekta do ni I'm one teacher as a teacher la moto do rakhibuli lagi gornai ne chupchap hoilebi tangkhan na pailebi amen bi parada amen la duty do kuri ase physical verification do khali hindi karni inya bi noina like SSA gan and then every education department hoilebi alak alak department Hindi not only Hindi but alak department gan bi verification do jai ase but then ini mon bi hope kore ase phal hobo korna na verification do jabuli ase to directorate prai to rules to kore ase na but then amela ki grievances ase itu wala do julli sooner the better go nishina do moala demand to be fulfill hona ki iniga hope kore ase
or 2012 appoint hoise 13 bra mon irregularly was every month one pending hoina ase ida tak tahan bai ko insurance na de mon la pending salary do kida clear hobo na no hobo ida iku nogoy aji mon dimapur unit kan verification ase idu bishe tahan babi iku ko na parebo ko ase
We have been facing this problem since last 10 years. We have been appointed since 2012, but from 2013 we are not getting our salaries. So it's very difficult for us to survive. Like there are many teachers, both male and female are like Hindi teachers, husband and wife, and they are facing lots of problems, and some of them cannot even pay their children's fee and rent and so many things.
Itia mohan Hindi teacher khan la duk tu full stop hoi jaise. Itia mohan bir gro na paro hoise. To iman sal kotha kuri ne agreement loi gena written bi di gena hole bi ekko faisla nai. To ek dui sala kotha no hoy 10 years hoise mamuli kotha no hoy to. Aru mohan kono rokom Hindi teacher post paise tate salary thik nai. To aru mohan ko tebra income kina upay kurubo itu verification khotom hoile mohan la regular salary kuri dibi koi na moi isor namra apnan ki prathana kuri ase.
We were appointed in the year 2012 and till date we are still facing with the pending salaries, and the year is 2021 now. It's been many years now, and we are faced with untold miseries. We just want to request that the government to give us the pending salaries every month, without any delay, so that we will also, look after our family.
Idu any unimaginable circumstances we go through Koreas na. Idu mula question dangor wala do, what is the government doing? Tahan kile muhan la awas na hone, kile muhan la struggles kan na hone. Idu question korole munje.
2012 to the regular dishe salary do itu pichire 13 bara do hole do aji tak irregular ase 3-4 months na dibo 2 months la pay koribo aru inega pending jagena yes aru itia to 6 months ase amakan na to ene babi saiju gole to kininga survive koribo kunba do hole do dukan baki bi do baki mangi thakile bi next 1 mahina 2 mahina do baki pabo do third fourth parbo to dukan malik parbi baki do nadibo do mangi ekta special request ase aru itu mohan right pe ase mohan la salary do joldi regular kori dibi nega ekta request kore ase de
written assurance bi digina ase holibi mohangi tu pawo nega itu din de pawo nega ho ina ko ni kiman mohangi assurance dine ase holibi ite takpi mohange salary diana aru ite do sabi 6 months ho ase ite bi diana mohange to mohan kiman suffer kori thakibo na
amian source by hune sab to Hindi teachers kan do ta la salary do itu regular na paina pending ya ase to itu ki sab ase to
itu tate department prai ase
itu mane apne no answer na itu
na itu to department prai ase amkhan tate ku na jane
to itu job to itu kun lat pa pawo itu
director prai pawo hoy accounts officer নহলে director tai dujoni
acha to itu aji laga outcome to itu ki hobole ase
itu moi khan to kiman present kura ase tai physical te kun present aibo kun absent ase tala documents xerox loi kine department ke dibole ase to tai khan tate uru committee setup ase chief secretary chairman ase to committee khan tai bi committee member ase lo jagine ki record pabo itu dise kole tai khan ki decision lobo itu to high authority jana ase
acha to itu verification ho bichide takan la salary do regular abole chances ase na
ha chance na hogen tai khan monthly pabole chances ase itu kani itu verification kura to itu kani ase ar hobo lagi
The price of LPG has been increased in the past few days by the centre. The government hiked the price in all the states and union territories of India. Price of LPG has been increased in every state and union territories as per their own respective jurisdiction and governance. In Dimapur, the price has risen up to about rupees 900. In an exclusive ground report, Nltv has interacted with the public and their views on the recent price hike. Let's have a look at the report.
বেশি উঠিলে তো আমাকে দুখ হব
प्राइस तो ज़्यादा हो गया है
अजुमान आहिना से दे जिन गैस कंपनी लगा गैस दियाला आउटलेट एकता दे तो इतु काली बरा दाम उठाइछु ने गवर्नमेंट बरा महाना गैस ला एलपीजी ला दाम उठाइछु कोला ओपर आमी हान जानो অলপ হুতপুস কৰি চাব ইচ্ছা
বেশি উঠিলে তো আমাকে দুখ হব এটো প্রায় হিসাব একটাতে থাকিলে তো পাবলিক নিমিতে ভাল হব এনেকা হিসাবতে
গভর্নমেন্ট কো কোলে মন আছে নাই
গভর্নমেন্ট লগতে তো কোৱাটো ক'বলৈ মন থাকিলে বি এইটো তাহান খুশি খুশি পৰা তো কি হৈ যায় তো আমাৰ কথা মানিবলৈ বি আছে না নাজানে হ'লে বি পাৰা টপ হ'লে গেছ কমিটি কৰিলে তো পাব্লিক তোলে শান্তি পৰা চলিব এইটো পৰা গভৰ্নমেন্ট লগতে এইটো ৰিকুৱেষ্ট কৰিলে তো বেছি ভাল হ'ব এইটো ভাৱনা আছে
लास्ट मंथ 853 सम पैसा
আৰু ইচাদু উঠাই বিচৰি কিমান হইনা আছে
এইটো তো 878 হৈছে সব মিলাই কিনে
878 মানবৰ কো হিচাপ 900 কুই
900 এ হৈছে কেলে এইটো ডেলিভারি চার্জ লাগা 20 रुपए এইটো এক্সট্রা লয়
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
ঠিক আছে
তো নামিওলকো ভাবনা আছে না নাই
এটার গভর্নমেন্ট পলিসি কি আছে কব নোৱাৰে আমি একো কব নাপাৰিব এতিয়া
অলপ দুখটো আছে দাম উঠাৰ পৰাটো হলে বি কি কৰিব উপায় তো নাই কষ্ট মষ্ট কৰি কিনে কোনো ৰকম তো গেছ ছৰা উপায় তো নাই কিবা কৰি নাপায় কি নাপায়
সরকার কেউকো কবলে মন আছে না নাই
সরকারতে তো কবলে মন আছে কি কবলে আছে হলে বি এটো অলপ দাম কমাই দিব প্লিজ এটো দাম আমি খান বেশি দুখ পাই আছে
इतना महंगा होने से तो कैसे चलेगा हम लोग लेबर लाइन का आदमी है और लॉकडाउन के लिए बहुत परेशानी हो गया अभी
Niti Aayog advisor Sanyukta Samadar during the launch of Sustainable Development Goals Vision 2030, leaving no one behind in Nagaland, informed that the state is making consistent progress in the SDG index. The launch meeting was held at the Capital Convention Center in Kohima on August 17. The Niti Aayog advisor also informed that Nagaland is currently ranked 19 in the Sustainable Development Goals performance with a score of 61. As per SDG performance of districts, Kohima is the top performing district and Gifri is the least performer. During the launch meet, she further said that the state government has done remarkably in sanitation, clean energy, justice, peace and strong institution. However, she informed that Nagaland has seen a decline in quality education, gender equality, infrastructure and economic growth. Meanwhile, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya and Assam are below Nagaland in the performance index. Abu Mehta, the advisor to Nagaland Chief Minister Nipu Rio, is leading the Indian team at the World Athletics Under-20 Championships being held in Nairobi, Kenya. This is the first time that a person from the entire Northeast is leading Indian athletics team to the World Championships. Abu Mehta is also the team leader and associate vice president of Athletics Federation of India. The opening ceremony of the championship was held on Tuesday at the world famous Garanani Stadium, also known as Home of Heroes. Due to COVID restrictions, only 5 persons were allowed to represent the country at the grand opening. India has a 38-member team comprising coaching staff and other team officials. Meanwhile, talking to Twitter, Nagaland Chief Minister Nipu Rio applauded Abu Mehta on being appointed as the team leader and also wished success to the entire team. Head teacher of Government Middle School Jakama in Kohima, Ms. Suedesuno Zhao, is among 44 recipients across the country to bag the National Awards for Teachers 2021, including 9 others from the northeast of India. Ministry of Education on Wednesday released the list of awardees for this year's NET 2021. The teachers will be conferred with their awards by the President of India on Teachers' Day on September 5. Meanwhile, Principal Director School Education Shanavas C congratulated Suedesuno Zhao on being conferred the award. The Supreme Court on Wednesday issued an interim order allowing women candidates to take the National Defense Academy examination scheduled to be held on September 5th, stating that the policy decision to bar women from admission to the NDA is based on gender discrimination. A bench of Justices Sanjay Kishan Goel and Harikishesh Roy opened the doors of the Joint Defense Service Training Institute of the Indian Armed Forces to women cadets, directing the Union Public Service Commission to give wide publicity to the new advertisement on admissions so that the intent of the order is translated into effect and more women can apply. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will chair the United Nations Security Council briefing on threats to international peace and security caused by terrorist acts. The briefing will take place today. The Foreign Minister on Wednesday also chaired a high-level meeting at the United Nations Security Council. The meeting was an open debate on protecting the protectors, technology and peacekeeping. S. Jaishankar during the debate raised a voice on terrorism and peacekeeping and also urged for the need to strengthen capabilities to secure United Nations peacekeeping missions. This comes as the Taliban on Sunday took control of Kabul and installed themselves in the presidential palace in Kabul. Social networking platform Twitter has announced that its updated privacy policy will come into effect from today. Over the past couple of months, Twitter was involved in several privacy-related roles in India. The changes in Twitter's privacy policy includes Twitter's Blue, Twitter Spaces, payment features, and others few. Twitter in a blog also explained that to improve user experience, the company works with third-party partners to display their video content on the platform. And as described in its privacy policies, the third party may receive or process an user's personal data. The Reserve Bank of India on Wednesday directed banks to maintain a branch-wise list of vacant lockers as well as a wait list for the purpose of allotment of lockers and ensure transparency in allotment of lockers. Reportedly, the revised instructions will come into effect from January 1st, 2022. According to the new guidelines, the existing customers of a bank who have made an application for a locker facility and who are fully compliant with the customer due diligence criteria may be given the facilities of safe deposit, lockers, safe custody articles subject to ongoing compliance, while customers who are not having any other banking relationship with the bank may be given the facilities of a safe deposit, lockers, a safe custody article. Shashi Tharoor, Congress MP and former United Nations diplomat, was cleared of charges in relation to his wife's death by the Delhi court. Sunanda Pushkar, 51, was found dead in a suite of a luxury hotel in Delhi back then on January 17, 2014. Tharoor was booked under IPC sections 498A and 306 by the Delhi police. After the Delhi court refused to frame charges against the 65-year-old MP, he was cleared, and the MP expressed great relief and thanked the judge, saying it was an absolute torture for the last 7.5 years. 4 persons have been arrested for celebratory firing during the BJP's Jan Ashirwad Yatra in Karnataka. 2 of the 4 seized guns are licensed, while verification for the other 2 weapons are still underway. A senior police officer said video footage from the rally showed former Minister Babarao Chin Chansur posing with a gun as BJP supporters boogied to the beats of drums. Union Minister Pakwant Kuba, Junior Minister for Chemical and Fertilizer, was leading the yatra, which is meant to introduce the new central ministers to the people. The Jan Ashirwad Yatra is being held across 22 states, in which 39 central ministers are participating. India reports 36,401 fresh COVID-19 cases and 530 deaths in the last 24 hours. India's recovery now stands at 97.53%. A total of 39,157 patients recovered in the last 24 hours, which bring the total recoveries to 3,15,25,080 across the country in the last 24 hours, with 3,64,129 active cases. Meanwhile, Nagaland also records 29,274 COVID-19 cases, while 607 deaths have been reported so far. As the Taliban seize control over Kabul, the trade business between India and Afghanistan has been severely affected. Dr. Ajay Sahai, Director General of Federation of Indian Export Organization, on Wednesday informed that currently the Taliban has stopped the movement of cargo through the transit routes of Pakistan, thus stopping imports and exports from India. Sahai said India had healthy relations with Afghanistan in trade. Currently, Indian export profiles includes sugar, pharmaceuticals, apparel, tea, coffee, spices and transmission towers. He also expressed concern that in the coming days, dry fruit prices may go up due to the turmoil in Afghanistan. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani has released his first statement in a video clip after fleeing from Afghanistan amid the Taliban chaos. In the video, he mentioned that he had to move out of Afghanistan to prevent Kabul from bloodshed and destruction, adding that he left quickly with no belongings after security officials warned him that Taliban fighters wanted to execute them in the same way as former President Muhammad Najibullah, whose body was hanged from a traffic light by the Taliban fighters in 1996. He also said that they were going room to room to find him and repeat the same thing, which happened 25 years ago. In the video, Ghani also denied claims made by Afghanistan's ambassador to Tajikistan that he fled with $169 million in cash from the state funds. Further, he claimed that he was forced to leave Afghanistan with one set of traditional clothes, a vest and the sandals that he was wearing. Amid the ongoing crisis in Afghanistan, the United Nations has moved about 100 of its personnel from Afghanistan to Kazakhstan in view of the security and other constraints in Kabul. According to the spokesman of the United Nations chief, they will return to the country only when the conditions permit. Stefan Dujarric said that the UN thanks the government of Kazakhstan for the offer to host a temporary remote office of the UN assistance mission in Afghanistan. Furthermore, Antonio Guterres also said that the United Nations presence will adapt to the security situation, but stressed that they will stay and deliver in support of the Afghan people in their hour of need. Reportedly, the Almaty office has been set up to host about 100 international staff, where people who don't need to be on location to do their work. And that's all for now. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Thank you. हेलो सब मनुके सलाम जनाई दिया